Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be showing you guys just an illustration on how to make this two-piece. Guys, people have been asking me, but I'm going to illustrate it in such a way that you understand it. Basically, this is just a circle skirt. This style is not that difficult. So it's just a circle skirt that has zip at the back and two sides pocket, right? A full-length circle skirt, and then the top is a wrap top that has a puffy, exaggerated puffy sleeve. Guys, that's basically what these two piece is. So first I'm going to demonstrate how you're going to cut the skirt. So what you're going to do is, if you have crepe fabric, you might need, maybe, let's say, I'm not sure, but maybe let's say from at least 4 yards. So you're going to first, let's say your fabric is open up like this, right? I'm just going to use this Akara to illustrate it. So you're going to have your fabric wide open like. So guys, the way the fabric is now, as you've opened it up, so if you're using a crepe fabric, maybe like 4 to 5 yards because of the length of the skirt. So now what you're going to do is just to take it and fold it into two, right? So once you fold it into two, you're going to come to this edge now and start inserting your measurement for the skirt. So you're going to make sure, I'm also going to tell you how you're going to calculate the width, the length you will need on this side and also on this side. So this is the point where we are going to be working. So we are going to go ahead and put in all our calculations. So remember to fold your fabric into two. So these two will be enough to cut both the front and the back. Everything about the skirt is going to be cut on just this fold alone. So let's say round your waist is 30. That 30, you're going to add plus 6 inches to it. I'll tell you why you need to add 6 inches. This is plus 6 because it needs a zip, right? So let's say it's going to have, this is the waist of your skirt. This is the front, this is the side, this is the side, and this is the back. Your front doesn't need any zip. The side needs the pocket, so one side of the seam coming here, one side of the seam coming from the back. The back needs two, so one side of the zipper allowance, one side of the zipper allowance. This other side needs two, one and then two. So you see, each of these things that I marked here is a seam allowance that you need. This side here need one side of the front coming this way and one side of the back coming this way to give you the room for the pocket. This other side needs one side of the back coming and one side here to give you two for this pocket, and then the back is going to be split into two, which will give you the two for the zipper allowance. That's the seam allowance for the zip. So that's why we have 1 2 3 4 5 6. You will add plus 6 inches to whatever around your waist is, and then that will be 36 inches, right? So to that 36 inches now, you're going to divide it by 3.14. That's what you're going to use to divide it. Whoever the waist is for, if you're making it for an extra large, double X, anyone is a constant, you're going to divide it by 3.14. So whatever you get now, so this 36 divided by 3.14 is going to give me about 11 points, let's say 5, right? So now I'm going to now take back this 11.5 to my measurements, and then that's what I'm going to use to mark the first. After folding my fabric into two, I'm going to just put my tape at this edge here and mark 11.5 all the way. 11.5, just like that. 11.5. So you put your tape at this edge here and just mark it all the way. You see, once that is done, so the next thing we are going to need is from your waist to your ankle to the floor, anywhere you want the length to be. So let's say you need it to be 40, right? So from your waist to your ankle, guys, this is just an estimate, it's probably too short, but I'm just saying, let's say the length you want is 40, right? So guys, to that 40, you're going to subtract 2 inches of your band, because remember, your band is going to have 2 inches, right? Like the waistband, you're going to consider that. So 2 inches for the band of the skirt, so that will leave you with 38 inches for the length of your skirt remaining now. So now what you're going to do is, to this 38 now, you're going to add plus 1.5, so that at the end of your skirt you can fold it like this, and then the other ½ inch is just so that it can serve as ½ inch to fit in the band of your skirt coming up. So that's why you're adding 1.5 to that. So that means what you have in total will be 39.5. So what you're going to do is just to go ahead and just calculate 39.5. What I like to do is that 39.5, I'll just take my tape and place it here I mark where 39.5 will be on my fabric, and then I'm just going to calculate it and add it to this one, so that way you can just be able to mark everything all the way around. So basically what you need to mark around now for the next, after marking this smaller semicircle, the next circle is going to be the total of what you got from the length, which for me was 39.5, plus this other waist measurement now, which is plus this. So this plus this, 11.5 plus 39.5, the two of them joined together will be around 50 something. So that's what I will use to mark the second semicircle, and the second semicircle will go something like this. You see? So now you've cut, you're going to go back in now, use your scissors, cut this first one, and then cut the second one. That way you've cut the first part, which is going to serve as your waist, and then the second part, which is going to serve as the edge that will be touching the ground. So that's basically how you cut the skirt. So let me go ahead now and show it to you on a smaller fabric. So guys, this is basically what we have here. So you see, I've cut out the first part, cut out the second semicircle. This is what you're going to have in between. So guys, like I said, I was saying I will tell you guys how you're going to calculate the length of the fabric that you will use in total. So how you're going to calculate it is basically to estimate it, you're going to use, like how I said, the length of your skirt might be 40, right? Just take that 40, add it to that 11.5. So that means the length, and you make sure that your fabric this way is up to 40. This plus this is going to be about 51.5. So make sure that what you have on this side of your fabric is 51.5. On this other side of your fabric is up to 51.5. So both by length and by width. You understand? Remember, this is the corner of our fabric here where we are cutting from. So make sure that you have up to whatever the length of your skirt was supposed to be, plus whatever we calculated as the waist. Whatever you got when you divided it by 3.14 is what you're going to make sure you have in total, the total of the two of them, this way and that way. So you see what we have here. The next thing is I'm going to show you guys how you're going to be able to split this fabric so that you can cut both the front and the back. So you see, now we have our skirts. You see what it looks like this. You see, it's coming together right now, if you guys can see. So this is actually the skirt here. So guys, after the first cutting, what you have look like this. How you're going to split it is you're going to take your skirt, fold it back again this way, making sure that you leave about 1 inch for your zipper allowance at the back. Because remember, the way it's looking now, the part with the opening is going to be your center back. The part with the fold is going to be your center front. Fold it this way, leaving 1 inch for the zipper for the back, right? So now that we have this, we are going to go ahead and split this part open. You understand? So once you fold it this way, just go ahead and split this place open this way. And so guys, you see, you have this here and then you have this here. You see? So this is going to now serve as your front panel coming in. This is the front, and then it's going to have about half an inch coming from the front here and then coming from this other side here to meet together to give you a pocket in between here. And then the back is going to come with one here, and then the other one is on the other side. So let me just open it up so you guys will see. So you see, this is the two sides of the back, the two sides of my back here, the two sides of the back where you have your zipper. And then this is my front here, where I will have one pocket here, and then I'm on the other side of the front here with the other pocket on this side. So you see, this now makes sense. And then the whatever is left is going to serve as your waist. So you see, you're going to just take it this way, join it, coming down here maybe like 2 inches, add a pocket that will be wide at least 6 inches to fit in your hand, and then close up the rest of the fabric. Do the same thing here, come down 2 inches or 1.5, 6 inches for your pocket, close up the rest. The same thing for your back, zipper allowance. And then, but before you put your zipper, you must have gone ahead to do your band. So the band is going to be 5 inches of width. So guys, for the band, make sure that you have about 5 inches of width here. And then the length is supposed to be just your waist measurement plus extra 2 inches. So if your waist is 30, 1 inch on this side, 1 inch on this side, that will meet at the back to give you the zipper. Because remember, we are adding this band after we've closed up all the sides. You understand? So you're just going to take the band. Why is 5 inches on both sides? Why is 5 inches of width? Is because you're going to be folding it into two like this. and then you're going to tuck in 1/2 inch in on this edge here and 1/2 inch in on this edge here. And then you're going to take the waist of your skirt, put it in just 1/2 inch in also, put it on top this way, and then sew it all the way going towards the back of your skirt. So that's basically how the skirt is made. So just go ahead and couple everything together. Guys, if you don't know how to put a pocket, it's very easy. All you have to do is the same thing. Cut out your fabric that you're using for the pocket this way. Something like this is a rectangle. And then you're going to take one side of it, join it to this side. The other side of it, join it to the other side of the fabric. Close it up here, close it up here, and close it up all the way to the end. And that's basically a pocket. So let's go over to the top. So guys, you see the skirt here. So this is basically what it would look like, right? But this is just a miniature version. And you see room for your pocket on this side, room for the pocket on the other side. So basically you wear it with the pocket, and this is the waist. And then at the back is going to have a zipper here. So you see, and then that's basically it for your skirt. So the top, all you need is just take your shoulder to your waist, that's your half length, add 2 inches to it, and then you're going to come back, whatever you have, if it's 17, 16, add 2 inches, because it's going to serve as your seam allowance. And then you're going to take the first fabric, fold it into 2. This is my first fabric, and as you can see, I folded it into 2, and this is going to be the back panel. The front one will be wider by extra, let's say 4 inches or so, depending on what your nipple to nipple is. If your nipple to nipple distance is 8 inches, then you can do like, if it's 8 inches, you can do half of it plus 1, or you can do just stick to the 4 inches. You just want it to cross over enough up to the other side of the bust so that it covers you. So now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take it here. So you see, this one here is my front panel, and then the one on the top is my back panel, and you see it's folded into 2. I turned it over like this, and now all I have to do is just to go ahead and insert what you're doing here is just your basic bodice pattern. So go ahead, insert your shoulder divided by 2, insert your, come down 1 inch of shoulder slope, insert your armhole, which is length. If you don't know how to calculate it, bust divided by 6 plus 1.5, join it to the top, give it a curve, come to the bust. You see all my measurements are starting from here. You come here again, add your bust divided by 4 plus, let's say 1 inch of seam allowance and 1/2 inch of ease. It's good to add ease in wrap tops, just so to give you room to tie it. So I like to do that. So you do 1.5, and then come down to the waist, do your waist divided by 4, whatever that is. You can, if you want, you can skip the dart, but I like to add my dart so it can help hold it at the waist part. So you just go ahead, do your waist divided by 4 plus 2 inches, 1 inch of darting and 1 inch of seam allowance. For here, you can skip the ease. Just do 1 inch of seam allowance and 1 inch of darting. So just like that. And then you come in here, you see that my extension of 4 inches. So what I'm going to do is just to come up, mark my neck width of 3 inches. And then come down by 1 inch also. Connect it this way. Give it the shoulder slope. And then I'm just going to go ahead and cut from here all the way to the armhole down. Connect it to this point. So this is just your basic bodice. And remember, the dart at the back is going to go all the way to your chest line, which is this line. But the dart in front is going to go all the way to 2 inches before your nipple line. So let's say my nipple line is here. Sorry, 1 inch before that is where my dart is going to stop, right? So now I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out, shoulder slope, and then the neck. So guys, you see I've cut out everything. Guys, I would also link a video on how to cut a wrap top to this here, just so, because there are different ways to cut it. Some people like to cut their wrap top, the front panel, to come in with just the belt. So it depends on the type you want. Some people like to add in the belt after it's done. Some people like to, if you have enough fabric, you can even extend the belt. So let's say the fabric, you can just extend the fabric all the way, but I find that it wastes my fabric a lot. So some people like to make it like a continuous thing, and then it goes into the belt. So what you're going to do, you see where we stopped the shoulder slope, cut our 1 inch of back neckline. I'm just going to mark it on this fabric also, and then remove the back, so that I know that everything is done on the back. Now what I'm going to do is to connect it. Come up here, the length of the belt, and also consider your seam allowance for folding the edge here, right? So I might just do 3 inches from the bottom up, because my belt is going to be about 2 inches, so 3 inches is okay for me. And then I'm going to just blend it in this way from this point now to this edge. But I like to go back in and give it a little bit of curve, because I find that when I keep it straight like this, it's just going to cross over and it doesn't flatter you. So it's better to give it a little curve before it then crosses over. So now let me just go ahead and just give it a tiny curve and then blend it. Don't go too deep, because once you go too deep, you're going to be showing your cleavage, right? So you just want to come in a little bit underneath the straight line, but not coming in here, because this is where your bust is. So once that is done, I'm going to go ahead and also cut this part off. So guys, you see we have the 2 pieces for the front. We'll have 1 piece for the back. Guys, it's just because I'm managing my fabric. That's why you have this seam here. There's no seam here. This is just because I had to join 2 pieces of fabric together to make one. Just ignore this. Yours will not have any seam. It's just a continuous 1 piece at the back. So now all you have to do is to join the shoulder to the shoulder here. And then you see, you also join this shoulder to this shoulder here. You see, now you have something that is wrapping all the way to the other side. The one underneath is going across, right? And then don't forget to pick your dart on this side, pick your dart on this side, and also on the 2 sides of the back. Close up the side, join the shoulder, and then you're going to cut out your belt the same 5 inches of width, so that when you fold it, you can use 1/2 inch to fold it in, and then you're going to be left with 2 inches of band on both sides, right? And then you're going to put the band on this edge, sew it here, so that you can be able to tie it, right? So that's basically it for the top. Now we are going to move over to the... So guys, this is how you're going to cut the exaggerated sleeve. Guys, I'm also going to link everything, like how to cut exaggerated puffy sleeve, how to cut a wrap, a crop top. If you don't understand anything, you can always go back to that video and see it. So guys, all you have to do here is, depending on the width of your fabric, is your armhole divided by 2. So let's say your armhole divided by 2 is like 6, which it might normally be like 8 or 10 or so, right? Round your arm, like your armhole. Then you're going to add, let's say, it depends on how exaggerated you want it to be. You can do extra 6 inches or extra 7 inches, 5 inches, depending on you. And then after that, so let's say this is my armhole divided. You see my fabric is folded into 2, right? I'm going to insert my armhole divided by 2 at this end here. Mark it. So let's say it's somewhere here. Mark it in a straight line down. This excess here, which is about 5 inches, is what I'm adding for the exaggerated sleeve. And then I'm going to go to the top here, add something for the puffy part. So you will do extra 3 inches added to the length. So whatever the width your armhole is, you're going to add more to it. And whatever the length is, you're going to add 3 inches to it at the top. And then also 1.5 to 3 inches, so that you can be able to add the casing for your elastic at the bottom, and then also puffiness for the body of the sleeve, right? Because you can't use exactly the same length for the sleeve. So now that you've marked 3 inches, this 3 inches is going to serve as the puffiness at the top. You're going to come down here, mark your normal cap height. So let me just fold this away so it doesn't confuse you guys. And then this is what you have at the top. So with this remaining body here is where you're going to insert your sleeve. Come down here, mark your normal sleeve height, cap height. Then insert your normal basic sleeve from this point to this point. And then find halfway through there, connect the lower part and then the upper part, take it up to this 3 inches. And that's basically it. You go ahead and open up back your sleeve and then connect it all the way to this side here. So all this here is now the body of the sleeve. All you have to do is just to go ahead, use your scissors and cut it. So guys, every other thing at the top here is going to be gathered. So you see what the sleeve is looking like now. So everything at this top part here is going to be gathered this way to fit into your armhole, which is this here. So all this here is going to be gathered to fit into this armhole. And then you're going to also use elastic to finish up the end. So basically, you're going to fold it this way and then make your casing. So guys, just what I said now is that the length of your sleeve, you're going to add extra. So let's say my sleeve is 10 inches. I'm going to add extra 3 inches for just the casing and then the fluffiness of the sleeve. So that's going to be 13 already, plus extra 3 inches to create the cap, the top part of the puffiness. So that's also 3. So in total, if my sleeve is going to be 10 when I'm done, plus this extra 3 plus 3 is going to be 16 inches in total that will be cutting before I start anything. right? So, and then also your armhole, the same thing. Whatever you decide to use to create the puffiness, just know that your armhole divided by 2, if it's 10 plus whatever it is, if it's 7, that's going to be the width of your fabric on a fold, not when it's open. So that will be the width of your fabric on a fold. So I'm just going to go ahead and couple everything together and bring it back so you guys can see. So guys, this is basically it. So you see, I finished this side. I just have to pass elastic through the casing, and then the same thing is what I'm supposed to do here. Pass elastic through the casing, and then you see, put in, you're going to use bias to run through the neck, or you can use lining, any one you want to do. And then this is the skirt part here. So guys, this is just a miniature version to explain the video, and that's basically it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.